Welcome to Toni Unleashed, the podcast where I unleash the truth about all things pets. My research and anecdotal evidence paired with expert interviews will help your pet thrive. I'm here to answer questions, share insights, and spread awareness about what's really going on in the world of pets. I'm Toni Unleashed with 25 years of experience in the pet space. Welcome to the show. Okay, so welcome to Toni Unleashed.
Hi.
Hi, Natalie.
Hi, TT.
So I'm super excited to welcome Natalie to the show. So Natalie is my niece, and you probably just noticed she calls me TT. So Natalie is joining us today to tell us about her journey with pet food. So it started a long time ago.
It started a way long time ago. And what's funny is, like, even when we were kids, when I was a kid and had dogs, we fed them kibble, and you don't feed them from the table. They don't get table food.
Right.
No table food. Like, that was a big rule.
Yeah.
So yeah, all throughout childhood, that's what we fed. And well, I guess I had a dog in college
Yeah.
who we fed kibble. And
Yeah.
then when Dave and I, when we got our first dog, Purina 1,
Yeah.
that's what we fed. We felt like when we looked at the shelf, that was maybe the best of what was available at, like, wherever we went, Giant, Walmart at the time, and we fed Onyx Purina 1 her whole life.
Her whole life.
Her whole life. And she was 14 when she died.
Wow.
Uh-huh. And then
So did she get any
Sadie,
table
because we had
food?
Sadie too.
Right, you had Sadie too.
And now when Sadie was with her other owners prior to us getting her, who I don't know what she ate, probably whatever, like,
Yeah.
was cheapest at the, whatever, wherever they went, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But we fed her Purina 1 as well. And then
Any table scraps, and what treats did you do?
So table scraps, they would get, like, pieces of steak if we had steak or something like
Yeah.
that, and put it, like, in their bowl, as treats. And as far as treats, that's so crazy. It seems like forever ago, but probably whatever we got at the grocery store,
Yeah.
at Giant or Walmart. So, and even when we first got Ohana and Max, we were feeding, because I was thinking that I watched that documentary when we still had Ohana. It came out in 2016.
Oh, I thought it was longer ago.
So did I. I did too. But no, I could do a little research, wanted to find out. So yeah, it said 2016. So that means I said to Dave, then we had Ohana and Max. And you, of course, because when did you buy the store? When did you buy Healthy Pets?
2008.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And when we got Ohana and Max, we were feeding them the same, Purina 1. Did you tell us about the documentary? You had to have.
Probably.
We watched Pet Food. And
So let's back up here a minute. I hear an echo.
oh no.
Yeah, sometimes, like, when we get on the phone.
Huh.
Can you
I
hear
can't.
it? Okay, I don't hear it now.
Okay.
I don't hear it now. So, okay. So I bought Healthy Pet products in 2008. I have been feeding raw food since, like, 2001. So I had always, yeah, I have always talked to Natalie. I talk to everybody about how important raw food is and feeding healthier options and yada, yada, yada. And her and Dave would never make the switch. And it took
You're like
fucking...
my favorite person in the world. I completely respect what you say. I believe what you say. I mean, I truly do. And I took the day off work, and it was like, I don't know, probably 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we watched Pet Fooled. And both literally sat there with our mouths hanging open.
Mm-hmm.
And it ended, and we looked at each other, and it was time to feed the dogs. And Dave said, "Well, you ready to poison our dogs?"
Uh-huh.
It was eye-opening, even though that you had told us the same stuff. I mean, but it was just unbelievable. And I think for us too, but we didn't go straight to raw. So at first we went to a better kibble, grain-free, because that was a big thing in that documentary too. We started doing canned food at first. And would mix it part and part, but our dogs are not little tiny dogs, so we would have to buy like so much canned food in order to supplement it enough, you know. And in the meantime, we found a little store in our town that offered what you don't find at the grocery stores.
So do you remember what kibble you first switched to from Purina One?
I
Nature's
don't.
Logic?
Probably. And then, of course, a lot of our kibble that we've used for a very, very, very long time came from you.
Yeah.
And so we didn't always use the same kibble, but just wanted to make sure, like for us for a long time, grain-free was a top priority for us. And also where everything was sourced and made and how the animals were treated.
Correct.
Was a big thing for me.
And then with the canned food, did you guys realize how much you were spending on canned food and think?
So we thought, and I wouldn't say that we stayed away from the raw because we thought it was gross. In my brain, I just thought it was going to be way too expensive. I think that that's what it was. But in actuality, when you realize how much you end up spending in canned food, and the amount of food that goes in the bowl, like how many cans of food my dog would have to eat per day to nutritionally get what she needed for the day was insane. So, and even though we'd heard it from you for years, the woman that owned this little store, and Dave was always the one who wanted to buy the pet food because of her hours, and she started talking to him about raw, and he said, "Oh, Natalie's aunt has been suggesting this." And she's like, "Oh, really? She feeds raw? Oh, no, she owns pet stores."
I could kill you both.
I know.
I was so pissed. I was like, it takes a fucking documentary to get you to realize.
I still, like, that was 2016, and I still have vivid pictures from that documentary in my head, like, of specific parts of that documentary that, like, but at any rate, so Shelley started saying, people think that it's so expensive, but look at what you have to feed, and look, so we did, and at that time, she had a little, like, a mini ice cream freezer.
That's it?
That's all she had in raw at the time. Yes. So this was in 2016.
Wow.
And so we didn't have a big selection. Max was always a picky eater too. He was picky with the kind of canned food he would eat. And so he liked chicken. So we started getting, and at first we bought like the rolls.
Yeah.
It was a little bit, because it was cheaper. But it was a little bit messier to divide it up, and then we kind of got spoiled whenever you can see how convenient they make it. And it's not gross. It's no more gross than getting a hamburger patty out and putting on the grill for yourself.
Right.
I mean, honestly.
It is. Do you remember the first raw brand you tried? Was it Answers?
I don't think it was Answers. I don't.
If they were Chubbs.
Dave would maybe remember.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
So did you replace the canned with the raw
We
and kept the
replaced the
kibble?
canned with and kept the kibble. Now, I will say over time, we really cut back on the kibble and feed more raw, but there is a little bit of kibble in there. Not
Yeah,
a
that's
lot.
totally okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, in the way we do it now, no, we buy 1 pound vacuum sealed, just like 1 pound vacuum sealed things of ground beef at the grocery store. I mean, you know, and use that for the dogs. And we just rotate into our refrigerator. And do we spend more money than some people spend on their dogs? Absolutely.
Hmm.
But it is not um, what in my brain was keeping us from doing it. You know,
Do
they
you
have to eat so
know?
much less. They poop
Yeah.
so much less because they're using so much more.
Yep.
Um, so we dog sit for my boss. And when we have Mr. Gary,
Yeah.
we're allowed to feed him what we want.
Oh.
Uh-huh. That's why I think he loves me so much. Because what we do is we give him his kibble and we
Yeah.
mix a little bit of raw in with his kibble. And he loves it. And within 2 days of us having him, you can see the change in his poop.
Wow.
Before, I mean, not to talk too much about it, but before it's real like floofy and spongy looking and like, I don't know. Yeah, it completely changes.
It's, I would say airier or fluffier. Would you?
I was gonna say like spongy, like or like it looks like yes, it's yeah, gross, but completely changes within 2 days.
Within 2 days.
Yes, and
Just
poops less.
within 2 days. That's amazing.
Hmm.
And he's still getting kibble.
But we just give him like half of what they give him in kibble and
Is it
replace it.
his kibble or your kibble?
We let him have his kibble because I don't want to completely change things
Hmm.
up. Sometimes we only have him for a few days. Some days we've had him for up to like 10 days before, 2 weeks, you know. Um, but I want him to still eat for them if they're not going to.
Right.
Yes, but you can completely see a change.
That's amazing. You see it in 2 days and it's
Yeah.
not even,
Oh yeah.
um, what brand of kibble do they feed?
No
Karina?
idea because when I go to their house, it's in a bin, and when I get it, it's in a pouch. Do you know what I mean? I'm not sure. I'll
Hmm.
bet it's like probably Science Diet, Iams, something like that would be my
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
I know they get it at Tractor Supply.
Oh, Tractor Supply does have a couple better
They have
brands.
better brands. Yes, they do. They do.
Okay. That's fascinating that you see within 2 days a change in his poop.
It has absolutely changed. Not only the consistency, but the frequency of it as well.
Have you told that to his owners, to Aaron and
To Aaron a
Rich?
little bit, but I love them, but they're
Hmm.
so like, of course, Rich gets extremely like he's just grossed out. Like he even thinks the some of the treats that I give them smell so disgusting that he can't even stand to like you know.
Yeah.
So I do tell Erin, but I think that Erin just knows that maybe Rich wouldn't be on board. But I also think that in her head she's picturing chicken parts and organs and blood
Yeah.
and guts, you know, like um now it's funny because they do see, like, if I would go to Shelley's and buy a case of food on my lunch break and come in and put it in the freezer at work until after
Yeah.
work to take it home, and then everyone would be like, "What is that?" Like that's dog food. They're like, "What? What?" You know, everyone thinks that's just crazy.
So
So
many people still don't know it. The funny thing is, with you mentioning Aaron picturing like body parts and chicken necks and grossness, and that's what raw is. So when Nick what feeds was has been feeding Bo, like he's been feeding them, and I fed them dinner tonight, and I don't remember what he said, and he's like he saw me do Layla's, which Layla's looks a little bloodier than Bo's because she likes that really bloody primal stuff. Not primal brand, but
yeah, yeah.
and he's like he said, "Is that raw?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "So is Bo's." And he said, "I didn't even realize it wasn't raw." he said because it's brown. He's like, I just thought it was cooked or something. He didn't even, so that's how not gross it is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like even from a
Absolutely.
smell standpoint, there's hardly any, smells like
Agreed.
fresh meat.
And some of it even like now when we've been in a pinch or something, we even bought the raw that comes in like, I don't want to call them pellets, but they're like little
Oh,
chunks.
yeah.
That's
Bites.
so not gross. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
not at all. Not at all.
and
And
depending on the type of protein that you buy,
yeah,
beef, of course, is going to
some
be a
is
little
bloodier
bloodier.
than
Yes.
others.
And also depending on the brand. Now,
Yeah.
from my dogs, if I'm speaking for my dogs, bring on the blood. Like, they
Sure.
like the stuff that is, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bo would
Yeah.
eat anything. Layla needs the blood.
And we all
So
do.
yes, yes, yes. We need the blood.
Oh, Casey.
So that's so fascinating.
Uh-huh. And honestly, and then once we started going to Shelley's, of course, then that's where we started getting all of our treats,
Yeah.
and all of our chews. We never really did like raw hides for them because we always knew how bad like true
Right.
raw hides were.
I think a lot of people realize how bad rawhides are.
Yeah, yeah. And I always felt pretty relatively safe with whatever she was carrying in there was going to be a decent product, just
Right.
like. And yeah, and then I don't think we ever bought from a grocery store.
And do you do femur bones raw? Do you do raw bones with them?
So we do sometimes.
Uh-huh.
It's best whenever we do sometimes whenever it's nice out and they can be out in the yard.
Yeah.
Because Lois takes a bone and goes straight to the back of the chair.
Oh, she
Do you know
won't
what
even go in her apartment?
But then she doesn't want to chew the bone in her apartment. She doesn't want to mess up her apartment. She wants to mess up our apartment, our house.
So, Natalie, just to bring you up to speed, Lois's crate is called her apartment. So Natalie literally can say, "Do you want to go in your apartment?"
And sometimes she realizes it before I even tell her that she needs to go to her apartment. And she goes in and has a seat. But no, she's not taking the raw bone in her apartment. Why dirty up her place? And we can't even, like, you would think, like, I'm sure there's a lot of dogs out there that you could, like, put a towel on the floor and be like, here, you're going to chew it here. No, that doesn't. I mean, she literally will stand next to the chair and push it up against the arm of the chair and just, like, chew it against the chair. Like, what? Dave's always like, and this is why we can't have anything nice. I'm like, no, that's just one reason. But to answer your question, sometimes we have some in our freezer. Like, we always have some on stock. Or if people are coming over.
Yes. Yes.
Because that will usually at least keep them preoccupied for a little bit.
Most people say the same thing you do, Natalie. They don't do them in the crates. They don't do them in the house. They don't do them in the winter. Because I tell them all, just get an old comforter and your dog, put the dog on the comforter with the bone. Your dog is not going to move. But most people just wait and do it seasonally.
So I think that Ohana would probably do that if Lois would allow Ohana to ever chew on anything in her life. Like, I think that I could put that and she would stay there. Literally, Lois would be like, oh, you want me to chew that there? Yoink, let's go here. Like,
So, and does your vet know that you feed raw or do raw bones?
yes. And I will say that I love our vet, absolutely love our vet. But they do not encourage or endorse raw feeding. And they tried like 2 times when we very first started feeding raw and we were going there. And I explained that we were switched to raw and what we were doing. And they tried to give me the spiel. And I just kind of, gave my support and why I felt it was better, and what is in there, and what they have on their shelves and why, you know, um, and they don't say anything anymore. And I said, like, you have to do it safely, just like we have to eat safely and take certain precautions. But I think that it's way, way, way safer than people realize, you know?
Well, would you have any advice for people that do talk to the vet and the vet makes them shames them for feeding raw and because I usually, I mean, what I say is I just, I'm like, okay, we live in America. This is a free country. We can eat whatever we want. We can feed our dogs however we want. It's really not the vet's, in my opinion, it's not the vet's business. What the
I
hell we
agree
feed.
100%. And the other thing too is just to educate yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
So that way you have some talking points and some ground to stand on. And I was really, really lucky because my last like punch was always like, well, TT owns a store and she said so.
Did you really say that to him?
Well, yes. I mean, not in those words, but I explained that you owned a chain of all natural and organic pet food stores and that this is, how you've been encouraging for years and years and years for us to feed, and that we're going to do it. And I also told him that I appreciate you giving the feedback that you know to give,
Right.
because that's the other thing too. Just like in humans, physicians and all of their
Yes.
medical training, like nutrition is like a little blip of it. So I mean, when you know better, you do better. If they don't know, then So, and I thanked him for being concerned and for trying to educate me, but I also assured him that I would never do anything to harm my pets. I mean, and that I've taken those steps as well and educated myself. And the dangers of feeding raw are way less than the Purina one that I was putting in the bowl or the science diet that he has on his shelf,
For sure.
for sure.
Not only how it's made and the ingredients that are in it, but also, I mean, the bacteria is more likely to grow on fat-laden kibble than it is actually raw food that's kept in a freezer until it's ready to, it's
Absolutely.
not in your refrigerator and then you serve it and it's gone and done and poop within 8 hours.
Absolutely.
So, has your vet ever said anything like, "Oh, your dogs look good. You don't need a dental," or has
Yeah,
he ever? Yeah,
absolutely. Oh, yeah. Well, I wouldn't say about the dental. I mean, Lois's teeth and Max's teeth were always really, really good. Ohana, it's not that her teeth aren't good. I mean, but she just, but their coats being nice and shiny, you know, they're, I mean, they always just say that we have like such like happy dogs. They're just so happy. But I mean, they've made comments about their coats, and they're no. I need to knock on some wood. For the most part, super healthy dogs.
yeah,
I mean, you know, with the exception of Max, but
right.
Onyx and Sadie both live super long. Ohana's super healthy.
How old about is Ohana right now?
I can tell you. Um, so 10.
Ohana
She
is
just
10.
turned 10. Dang. She just turned 10 in December.
So even though she's a rescue, you do know how old she is?
So about, yeah, we know
Yeah,
about when her birthday was because she was taken out of a home that the woman who had the rescues knew the people.
gotcha.
Yes, and she just like spent her life in a crate because no one wanted anything to do with her as a puppy.
Yeah. And then, okay, so Ohana's 10, and then Max, you've had
We
year and a
had
half.
Max from the time he was 8 weeks old, and Max we had to have put down when he was 7.
Gotcha.
He had cancer.
And yeah, cancer. So there's no reason a 7-year-old dog should have cancer. It's very sad.
Agreed. Agreed.
Yeah.
I know.
So, and then Lois,
Miss
aka
Lois Lane.
Miss Lois Lane. So you've had her since 8 weeks as well?
So we got her at 6 weeks
Gotcha. As a foster.
as a foster to rest. Yeah, foster to adopt.
Foster to
Um,
adopt.
yes.
So what did you feed her? You can say
Immediately.
it immediately.
Exactly what we're feeding Ohana.
A little bit of kibble and raw food.
Yep. Now we did buy, even though I know they say that you don't need to, it's just higher calorie content and you can do that with like food, but we did buy puppy kibble at first.
Yeah.
Good puppy kibble from Shelly, and mix that with her raw, but we started with raw right away. But just like Max, Lois is a picky eater.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lois isn't a super keen on chicken. She prefers beef, especially for breakfast.
Especially for breakfast.
Yes.
Beef
She
for breakfast.
Yes. She eats chicken better for dinner.
Oh, weird.
Maybe weirder that I know this and accommodate this.
Have you noticed if it's like vegetable content? Like, does she like more bloodier stuff than,
I think she likes more bloodier stuff.
yeah.
Yes. And yes. And it depends because we always buy the same brand. We always buy Tuckers, but sometimes you could find Tuckers like beef, beef, beef. And then other times it was just like the beef and pumpkin or beef
Yeah.
and like with something else in it. So I have found that she likes just the beef better, but then I question, although she's getting some kibble too, so I know that she's getting some other stuff, but I question whether she's getting enough. And that's why we push chicken for dinner for a different protein. But yeah.
Because we believe in rotating proteins no matter what you're feeding.
Well, absolutely. I mean, not just from a health standpoint, but would you want to eat the same thing every day of your life for the rest of your life?
Heck no.
Right? Yeah.
Heck no.
Yeah. So, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Um, yeah. I think that we should. So, my dogs don't do super well with fish,
Oh.
which is weird, and it's neither of them do. They get diarrhea.
Mm-hmm.
So we tend to stay away from fish, but fish is so good for them. So I often, you know what I mean, like wonder if I should be supplementing a little bit more depending on what they're having. But I think that we switch stuff up enough that, and the fact
Well,
they're getting some kibble, there's,
you could always add in fish oil,
yes, we do have some.
or if you guys ever make fish, you should always save the skin. And
Going back to the whole thing about we were saying how gross it was, and Aaron picturing chicken parts, and there was a point in time where we borrowed a grinder from someone
oh, wow.
and had a friend who had a chicken farm.
No way. I don't
Oh,
remember this.
oh yes, yes, yeah. And believe it or not, between Dave and I was the one who was like, "Here, give it to me, give it to me."
And you weren't gagging?
No, no, I wasn't, and because we put it all through, bone and all. You know what I mean? It's not like you were like I was doing it in sections big enough to put it through that hole, and it would grind it up. And it was messy and gross, but like it was so cheap.
I bet.
Yeah. And that was by far their favorite food. By far their favorite food. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
But fuck that. That's way too much work.
Oh, it was so much work and so much, I mean, and so much cleanup. And then, yeah. Yeah.
Cleanup's probably the worst part of it. Getting
Yeah.
that grinder cleaned.
Yes.
I mean,
And just
we love our
separating
dogs.
everything into portions and then like freezing stuff, and you know what I mean? There is something to be said about paying a little bit more for this vacuum sealed portion.
Ton of work.
Yeah.
Ton of work.
It was. It was. But we love our dogs.
We do.
Yes.
I got recently for Layla, and Emily Claire went in on an order with me too. There's a place in Ohio that makes raw food. It's called A Place for Paws, and they've been around a long time. That's the first commercial food I ever fed to Meg. And they have amazing food. And I just bought 2-pound tubs in all the different proteins that they make, just because I wanted to try it on her. So far, she's eaten the pork and the turkey and devoured it. But it's super fresh. It's local. It's woman owned. And their prices are pretty damn good. And they have like full case prices. You know what I mean? Like you can fill your case, and then it's not bad pricing.
I'm definitely going to check it out, especially because our store closed. So, and right now we're making quite a hike. Not that I don't want to support the lady in Bellefonte who has an amazing store.
Right.
But it's like a day for us then. That's a Saturday.
Yes. Yes.
So that would be awesome. And you know, there's something to be said for paying a little bit more for the convenience, and especially if you're still supporting a small, local family-owned place.
Yep. And A Place for Paws is it's her and her son is the one back there doing making it all. It's a good place.
So as I'm telling you how picky of an eater Lois is, I can hear Dave outside screaming at her because she's eating deer shit. We should just go out in the yard and scoop it all up. We call those yard treats.
Does she get sick if she eats them?
Oh, no.
No.
Maybe if she would, she wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
No. And when you yell at her and she knows that she's not supposed to, it just makes her eat faster. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Oh.
Okay, so we basically touched on all the food, and Lois. So Lois has been eating raw food since she was 6 weeks old.
She has been.
That's awesome.
Don't tell the place where we adopted her from.
No, don't tell the place.
We fed their bag of food.
Right?
Yeah.
Don't tell the place that I got Layla from that
Same place.
that she's not vaccinated.
Same place.
Yeah.
Right? They came from the same place.
Yeah. Yeah, she did. Yep.
Huh.
So Layla had her only round of vaccines was at the shelter when she was 8 weeks old. And then I did her rabies when it was due. I think, is that at 6 months? I don't even know. So I did her rabies. And then she just turned a year, so I took her in to have her titers done. So a titer test, for everyone listening, it measures the level of antibodies that your dog still has against the diseases that they are vaccinated for. So, and there's only a need to do titers on the core vaccines. So my vet's like, we just have to do distemper and rabies. So she passed her distemper. So let's think about this, okay?
And when did she have that?
She had it at 8 weeks, and she passed.
And she had a puppy dose at 8 weeks. And we're talking about a Great Dane.
Yep.
That weighs how much now?
She's at 95 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and another point that I like to make is her first round of vaccines is from her mother in the birth canal. Right,
just
Natalie?
Like for us.
Just like for us. Yeah. So, so her rabies, the number for her rabies is supposed to be 0.5 or higher. She's at 0.5. So she's technically due May to have her rabies.
Uh-huh.
So.
But not all vets do titers, right?
Every vet has the capability of doing titers. They're not going to tell you that. They're not going to offer it. You can ask. I can, what I did with my vet, of course, fortunately, she's very cool and very open-minded and this is your dog. Tell me how you want to treat.
That's awesome.
I'm open to all of this. So I follow a vet that has it all dialed in. So I had downloaded from his website how you enroll directly with Kansas State. So she literally did it. She had a tech do it right while I was there. And they registered with Kansas State. They took Layla's blood. They sent it in for everything we wanted to have done. It was back in a week. It cost me like $75. And I've heard people tell me that their vets have quoted them $300 to $400 for titers.
Huh.
And from what I've learned, because I have a couple of vets that are friends,
Was that vet a customer of yours?
She shops at the store and she always sends clients to the store.
Yeah. That's awesome. Because a lot of places, even if they're like great, everyone's so busy. So busy and so understaffed. The
She's
fact that
awesome.
she, so I could see our vet, even though we love them and they're great, saying like we're not set up to do this, and we're not going to like take the time to do that for you.
It was
Sorry.
truly so easy. It took
Yeah.
them 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It took them 5 minutes. So yeah,
And it truly was $75. Do you know how much we pay for a visit to go get shots? I mean, oh my gosh.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, crazy.
Yeah.
So more
it is.
people need to know about it, and
For sure. For sure.
yeah,
And of course, the vets aren't going to leave it up. You can't leave it up to the vets to tell you because they want to sell the vaccines because,
yeah,
just like pharmaceutical companies and us, I mean,
yep,
so.
yeah. Okay. So, any other thoughts you had?
I have lots of thoughts.
Oh boy, lots of thoughts.
No, I mean, I think that, I mean, obviously I can say that we wish that we would have done it sooner, but I'm just glad that we did it for sure.
Yeah.
And I just think that, people, we should just need to care more about what we put into our pets' bodies and our bodies. I mean, everyone's bodies, pets including though, because they're part of our family.
That's right.
So,
And
and
it's
let's
common
face
sense.
it, other than you, I like them a lot more than most of my family too. And I know you say the same.
Oh, we love our pets.
We do. We do. Always have.
Yeah.
What did you feed Princess?
Princess ate Old Roy,
Uh-huh.
kibble, cans, or
Uh-huh.
Alpo.
Uh-huh.
Princess was my first dog, so she came into my life when she was about 15, when I was 15. She lived 18 years, and she also ate a lot of lunch meat because
Yes.
my mother, Natalie's Mima, worked at the deli, and she would always bring home lunch meat for Princess.
Yep.
And she would
That goddamn dog that you were not going to keep.
that goddamn dog that there would never be a goddamn dog in our house, she told me. Yeah. So, another thing she fed her, which I don't know if you realize this, is you remember how, yes, you do remember this, when Mima would make chicken, she was very good at getting all of the meat off of the bone and eating all of the meat off of the bone. It makes Natalie gag, which is hysterical. I
Maybe
kind of
why I still to this day will not eat meat off of a bone.
I love to eat meat off of a bone, and I can clean it like nobody's
Okay,
business.
DT. Different kind of
know.
show.
I know. So they saved me. They saved me the one steak piece with a bone at Kelly's the last time they made steak. So, because they love yeah. So anyhow, she would, when she would get that like breast clean and just bones,
Yeah.
you give it to Princess.
Cooked.
I'm not saying anyone should do that.
No,
I'm
right. But
that's
it just goes, I mean,
just goes
but-
to show you.
right. Yes.
And Princess would crunch and crunch and crunch and crunch and crunch.
Yes.
And she'd eat the whole damn thing and
Yeah.
not get sick.
Yeah. Because
So-
Mima would yell at her if she would have thrown up in the house.
Yeah.
Oh, huh. But yeah, but then after watching that, I'm like, everything that I've learned my whole life is completely wrong. It's way better to give my dog what I'm going to eat rather than what's in that fucking bag.
Yep.
You know? I mean, of course, I'm not going to feed her from the table, but I mean, absolutely, it's better to give her our scraps than that. I mean,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Healthy home cooked food is way better. It's adding in
Disclaimer, healthy home cooked food. Disclaimer. Yes.
Healthy home cooked food, not spiced, none of that kind of stuff. And you don't want to scrape the dish into the bowl. That's what creates the picky eater, not actually eating the fresh food. You want to keep a separate container, scrape your plates into that separate container and incorporate it into the next meal. That's how you do it.
Yep.
So,
yep.
And they'll be way healthier and you're going to save a lot of money and keep food out of the landfill.
Absolutely.
Or the compost pile or whatever.
And your dogs will thank you.
Your dogs will thank you. And so will your wallet.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So, all right. Well, thanks for joining me.
Oh my gosh, thanks for having me. It's been a blast.
Super fun.
And once again, you've been doing this for how long? And this is the first time?
Yeah, I've been doing the podcast for 2 years, and this is the first time.
A little late to the party, but you know.
All that counts is you're here.
That's absolutely right. I love you, TT.
All right, I love you,
Keep
Natalie.
making pets happy.
Okay, and healthy.
And healthy, but happy.